Hey everybody, welcome back. So if you need emergency power in a really sticky situation, this is an awesome way to get it. Today we're looking at the ROCKPALS 330 watt portable power station. Hey everybody, welcome back. So today I have something really cool for you. This is an emergency portable power station. Very handy device, and one thing's for sure, if you're a prepper, survivalist, or you're just trying to get ready for emergencies or disasters, one thing you're going to need is a way to power up your devices and other electronics. Something like this is nice because it allows you to store up all the power you need in the daytime and charge up your devices or use your devices you might need at night. During an extended power outage or a survival situation, that could be invaluable. Even in a small apartment with a decent sized solar panel, this is an excellent choice. You could stick your solar panel outside of your house or in a sun-facing window, or if you're in a rental, say a porch or patio, and have almost limitless power. Definitely a cool little handy item. So let me give you some stats on this first off. Right off the bat, you'll notice this has an AC plug. That is a 110 volt pure sine wave inverter. You have your wireless charging up here, your QC 3.0 USB. This is your wireless charger up top. So if you have a phone that does wireless charging, you turn the device on and you can stick it right there and it will do that. You have outlets here for your 12 amp, your 12 volt. That's a 5 amp outlet here and a 5 amp outlet there and a 10 amp outlet there with your cigarette lighter plug. You have 3 USB plugs and one 110 volt AC outlet. This is where you'll be charging your AC power or from a solar panel. You can do it right there. You can plug it in. What we're going to test it with today is a 60 watt panel that I have from a different company, so we're not going to get into that much. But it will work with pretty much any solar panel with a 5.5 millimeter plug on it. So it's 330 watts, 700 watt peak, 78,000 milliamp hour. Capacity is 289 watts. And as I said, it's a 330 watt with a 700 watt peak. Now what that means is when you turn on a device, sometimes it pulls a lot of current to start with. So this will go up to 700 watts for that quick impulse turn on. And then it will revert back down to the 330 watt. It does have a built-in NPPT charge control, so you don't have to worry about plugging in your solar panels. You won't overcharge this. It will automatically turn itself off. It does have the Type-C plug on it too as well, and the USB 3.0. It does have an SOS light up top here. I can turn that on for you. So it's a handy little thing to have when you're out camping. Definitely a neat little device. Fairly bright too. It's not too bad. Now a nice thing about this, compared to other ones that I've seen, is everything you need is on the front panel. Let's say you got this set up somewhere comfortable. You don't want to move it. Maybe it's in a window somewhere or near, on a tabletop somewhere. Or you're camping and it's in the corner of your tent. You don't feel like moving it. And when you have to charge this up with the charger, there's no picking it up, turning it around, plugging in the port on the side. So everything, all your controls are right on the front. Can be a little bit messy cord-wise, but you don't really care about that. You're getting power out of this during an emergency. So I definitely like the fact that everything is right here in the front, even the charging. To turn the item on, you're just going to hit the button. You'll see it says 100% there. I did charge it up the other day. And you can choose. Do you want your DC power, your USB, or AC? There's the AC on. Move it over to USB. Now the USB is on. And the DC power is on here. And that will tell you your watts you're pulling. And I really, really like it. I've been messing around with it now for a couple days. We're going to show you one thing that it can do. I use fairly bright LED bulbs in here for my lighting in my studio. So what I'm going to do is pull one off and we're going to plug it into the AC power plug and we're going to see how well that works. Alright, so what you're seeing here is one of the lights that I actually use for lights for my little mini studio here. And I'm going to plug this in. I'm going to turn it that way so it doesn't blind the camera. Turn it on. And it has absolutely no problem powering that. You'll notice it's drawing 15 watts now. I've noticed this light draws between 15 and 18. So it'll tell you right there on the display, 14, 15. So you see how many watts you got drawing. You see about where the battery's at, 98%. Now I'm going to turn it off and see where the battery goes. See if it goes back up to 99. But that's it. So there we go. I'm going to turn that off. And we're back up to 99%, or 98%. Still says 98. So, definitely works for that in here. We are going to take it outside and test it a whole lot more in the future. So let me give you the rest of the stats on it, and we'll take it outside and set it up. So it does come with some adapters, but basically the charging methods are AC wall outlet, which it comes with, a 12 volt adapter, which it comes with, and a solar panel, which is optional. And ROCKPALS does sell the solar panels. I don't have one from them here, but I do have a compatible one, so we will use that today. But they do sell them, and they have a pretty good price on them too. Full recharge time via AC is 5 to 6 hours. Via a 12-volt adapter in your car is 7 to 8 hours, and I wouldn't suggest you do that while a car is stationary. If you're driving somewhere and the alternator is running, you can plug this in and charge it. Otherwise, I wouldn't suggest doing that. And 5 to 8 hours via a 18-volt max solar panel. Your management system's inside. It has short circuit protection, voltage control, so if it's over or under, it will shut off. It does have a temperature control for low or high. It has overload protection, overcharge protection, and overcurrent protection as well. And they do give you a 24-month warranty with it. It is extremely well made. You know, I've done a lot of reviews on different power banks. This thing is built like a tank. Nice rubber legs on it. Rubber feet. Definitely well made. You can see the bolts that run through the whole machine here up on top. So it's definitely a well-made thing. I wouldn't be concerned about that getting bumped around. So your AC output pure sine wave is 60 hertz at 1 kilohertz. Your solar input charging, they suggest an 18-volt panel. Yes, it's going to be a 12-volt panel, but it goes up to 18. You can take it up to a 100-watt panel. And your DC output is 12 volts at 5 amps with the 2 here and 10 amps on the front there. In the box, you're going to, of course, get the unit. You're going to get the AC charging cable here. Okay, that comes with it. You will also get a connector here for your solar panel plugs or anything else that has this particular connector on it. And you will get a car charger as well. So this can be plugged into one of your old cigarette lighter type things, and you can plug that in there. And there you go, you're ready to go. So let's get this set up outside, and let's go see what it can do. Alright, so I want to give you a quick look at the setup I have going on out here. I have some devices to charge. I have an AC powered fan we're going to test with it. And as you can see off in the distance, I have my 60-watt solar panel put out there. By the way, you saw it was at 98 inside. I plugged it in just to make sure everything was working. And within 2 minutes, it was back up to 100%. So we're going to lower the camera a little bit, and we're going to play with all this stuff and see how well it charges up all these USB devices, as well as runs that fan on AC power. Alright, so we're down here on the ground here, and got the solar panel in there. We're going to plug it in. You can see it's at 100%, but you'll be able to see that it's working. And you'll get how many output is of watts, which is none right now. We're not outputting any watts. They're not putting in any watts because it's already at 100%. We will try that after we run a few things on it and see how quickly it works. But it does have a charge controller in it, so you don't have to worry about it overcharging. Let me unplug that and let us turn it on and try the fan. Alright, so I'm going to turn it on. We're going to click on our AC over here. The AC is now on. And there goes the fan on high, running in the background. Now you will need to choose between, USB, DC, or AC. You can't run all three together. It's taking 38 watts, 37 watts. You can tell on the meter there. I don't know if you can see it in the sunlight, but it's definitely doing its job. So next up, we're going to try all of the USB devices that I have out here. And what I have out here for USB devices, I'm going to turn that off, is I've got a Olight Warrior X. I've got a tablet, and I have a Baofeng with the extra large battery in it. We're going to put that over on USB. I'm going to unplug this. Alright, so we're going to plug in our USB devices now. Turn it on. Put it on USB. Let's start off with this. This is going to be the hardest to tell because it's very bright sun out here and you can't really tell what's going on. Tablet's already charging. There. Again, the sun's really bright out here, so it's hard to tell. We're putting this one on, and that... Yep, that's red. So that's charging that. And then we'll plug in our radio here. And this is just a USB charger I have for this Baofeng in the corner here. And I don't know if you can see that light. Really is hard to test this out in the sunlight. And boy, I'll tell you, my street has become Grand Central here with all these cars passing by. Anyway, you can see it handles these three devices without any problem at all. You're really just zipping right along here, no problem. And it's 99%. So when we get back inside, I'll give you what they say and how many times they say it will charge up certain devices like iPhones and tablets and such. Well, another thing I noticed that I really like about it is it's got these rubber sides here. So bumping around in a vehicle won't be a problem. You know, if that bumps up against something, or if you're carrying it and it bumps up against other gear. Really well-made item. So let me get the solar panel plugged back in, and we'll see if we can take it from 99 to 100 and how quick that works. So I took it in and I ran it on my lights a little bit. And by the way, I was really surprised that my LED light up top there only takes about 38 watts. I was really surprised, thought it would take more. I got it down to 97, and I literally plugged in the solar panel, and within a second it went to 98. So it's definitely working well. Definitely a cool little system. So let's get it inside. Let me clean up my mess out here, and I will give you some final information on it and tell you about what they say as far as how many times this can charge up devices. All right, we're back inside. It's all topped off. I'll turn it back on to show you. As you can see, got up to 100%. Now it took me, I left this as the last thing to bring in. I would say maybe 7 minutes to tear everything down out there and bring everything back in. And I left the panel in it. So it went from 97 to 100 in 7 minutes with the panel. Definitely a cool little system, and you know, it can take the power in, and then it shut right off immediately. It wasn't taking any more juice in there once it hit 100. So definitely a cool little thing. Now what we're going to read here quickly is the application of appliances. So common devices and their power requirements and how long this will charge it up. Let me turn it off for you. All right, first off, we're going to start with a CPAP. That's what a lot of people get these for, is CPAPs while they're camping or during power outages. That will run it for around 3 nights. It's about 15 watts. So a car fridge, 40 watts, will run for about 7 hours. And again, too, while you're driving, you can keep it topped off and then run the fridge when you have to stop. So 7 hours is pretty darn good. Floodlight, about 4 watts, so that's about 70 hours. AC port, this guy over here, will charge a 12-inch MacBook Pro in about 6 hours. 32-inch TV at 60 watts will run for about 4 hours. And here's one that's interesting, a DJI drone. It's about 89.2 watts, it'll give you about 3 recharges. Now, the USB port's in the center. An iPhone, iPhone X, that's 10 watts. That's about 27 recharges. Nintendo Switch at 16 watts is about 15 recharges. And a GoPro, which is 5.9 watts, will give you about 56 recharges. So it's definitely a cool little device. It's also not super expensive. I know some of us have seen some of the bigger machines, the Blue Eddies and the others, that are like $1,800 and $900, and they're just so expensive. And for some people on a budget, that may not be realistic. Even this may be expensive for some preppers on a budget. But this one here runs $269.90. And I will give you a code if you look underneath where I put the link. It says get one here. Underneath that will be a code for 10% off, and that will be Iridium. Now this isn't going to Amazon. This is actually going to ROCKPALS site. So it will load this page here, and if you use that code at checkout, which is just Iridium, that's a 10% off on this. Definitely a cool little item and a chance to save on it too. We're going to be doing more testing with this, and I'll probably be using it in more videos as well. So definitely keep an eye out on the channel for it. Once again, that's the ROCKPALS 330-watt portable emergency power station. And I'm definitely liking it. I'm definitely seeing the utility in having something like this around. Yeah, you can build your own type of thing, but it's a lot more work if you don't know what you're doing, and you'll never get it this small. I mean, the one I built on my own is in a 50 caliber ammo can, and the other one's in an enormous tool chest. So, you know, this is a really nice kind of system that you can shrink it down and make it really, really efficient. And I do like the fact that you can run electronics off of this. Sensitive electronics. It has the pure sine wave inverter. So anyway, folks, I will put a link down below. And like I said, my discount code there is 10% off with the code Iridium. Don't forget to check that link out, as well as our Amazon store underneath that. I try to put everything that I review in the Amazon store. This isn't on Amazon yet, so you go straight to their site. You'll be able to get it with the discount code. And don't forget to check out our Thrive Life link as well. Remember, all through the month of September, you're getting a discount on the basic package there. If you want to become a consultant, you get it for $79 instead of $109. So you're saving some money. And don't forget to check out our Food for Patriots link, which is preparewithiridium.com. And I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.